These 3 pricing mistakes will sabotage your listing before it even gets off the ground. Listen, you can have the most beautiful home with the most tasteful decorating in the best neighborhood and the sharpest, most creative marketing possible. But if you get the price wrong, you are doomed from the beginning. Now, I see for sale by owners make these mistakes all the time. In fact, they say that pricing is the hardest part of the process for them. And I understand why. They don't have access to the same data, the same experience that a real estate agent does. But what blows me away is that I see supposedly professional real estate agents make these mistakes all the time. So I've got 3 for you today, and stick around because the last one is absolutely the most important. All right, number 1, biggest pricing mistake I see is not understanding the comps. What do I mean by comps? I mean the comparable properties. That's how we determine the value of your home, is by looking at what other similar homes in your area have sold for in recent history, and then determining how your home compares to those ones in terms of how we're going to price it. So you have to understand, which comps do I choose? So one of the biggest mistakes I see in terms of choosing comps is outside of the school district. Now, you know that in the Chicago suburbs, there are some towns that have 1, 2, 3, 4 different school districts depending on where you're at. So if you choose a home as a comparable property that's outside your school district, you're making a big mistake. School districts are a major driver in value when it comes to buyers looking for homes, and so you've got to stick within the school district. Another mistake is not understanding quality. Now, your neighborhood might be right next to another neighborhood with homes around the same size that were built around the same time. But if that neighborhood next door is custom built homes and your neighborhood is tract built homes, there's going to be a distinct difference in quality and therefore value. Also, one of the big mistakes I see is not understanding that style of home is also extremely important. If you have a 2-story, we don't want to be comparing it to the ranch down the street. Make sense? Okay, number 2 biggest mistake when it comes to pricing is not understanding pricing brackets. So there's 2 angles to this. First, we're talking about pricing brackets on the online search platforms, Zillow, Zenlist, Redfin, etc. When buyers go onto these search platforms, they type in ranges between round numbers. So let's say a buyer is looking between $500,000 and $600,000 for a home. Well, if you price a home at $499,999, $999, which is sort of the old school philosophy of trying to show value, showing like it's a discount, but at $499,999, $999, you will not appear in the buyer who's looking between $500,000 and $600,000 search. Now, your home might be perfect for them. And in fact, it's only priced $1 under their range, but they won't see it. So I highly recommend pricing, if you're near those big search ranges, right on the round number. Other thing when it comes to pricing brackets, and here's a big mistake that I see agents make, is not researching the price brackets in your location. So again, if you're around a price bracket, let's say your home is right around somewhere about $450,000. Well, do we price it at $455,000? Do we price it at $445,000? The pricing isn't as big of a deal when it comes to those middle range brackets in terms of the online search, but it could be a big difference when it comes to what are homes doing. I mean, homes between $400,000 and $450,000 might be selling way quicker than homes between $450,000 and $500,000. Maybe you're the only home that's over $450,000 in that neighborhood. So you want to take a look at pricing brackets to make sure that you're not setting yourself up for failure when it comes to pricing. Okay, the third and most egregious, biggest pricing mistake that I see all the time is not understanding what buyers value. After all, who are we pricing the home for? It's for the buyers. The buyers are the ones who are going to buy the house, who are going to pay you the price. So we have to get in their head and understand what they value. So I talk to sellers all the time who will say, I put a brand new roof on my house. It cost me $30,000. And in their mind, they think the home is worth $30,000 more. But you could have done a $30,000 master bathroom renovation, which is worth way more to a buyer than a new roof. So one example, but trying to help you understand that you need to know what buyers value when it comes to pricing your home. And this will also help you make decisions on what improvements to do when getting your house ready. If you avoid these 3 pricing mistakes, you'll have a better sale every time. Please like this if you found it valuable, share it with a friend, and if you have any questions, reach out to me.